Okay. All right. I want to talk about something, and I know I might be talking to myself, but stuff like this is become very popular on YouTube. Very, very popular for absolutely no reason whatsoever. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I have no clue what this is. Free games. If you guys want free games, I'll send you the link. It's svd.com. I see this all the time, and I don't know why. I can't. Can I block it? It's not. It's the blocking it won't like it won't stop the problem. I need to report it. Sexual content. Um, what do I call this? Advertising. I probably butchered the spelling on that. I don't know. I'm not a very strong speller, but yeah, man. Like, what is that, dude? Like, why do y'all insist on making everything like this? I'm just like, I seriously just want to watch some YouTube and uh, and then stuff like that comes up, and I'm like, what the heck? I was about to say, why? What? There we go.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want, and watch it take shape.
By the time most kids were playing soccer, he was already working for the Sinaloa cartel.
Can y'all hear this? It's so delayed. I've been streaming for 7 minutes.
Now he's 24, free, rich, and posting it all on Instagram. They call him El Plaga, the plague, because according to him, he leaves no one alive. The Mexican government says he's locked up.
Oh, by the way, this is El Plaga, the youngest hitman in Sinaloa cartel. This video was done by the cartel insider. He's probably going to introduce himself. I think I've seen this video before. He's going to introduce himself in a little bit. So
he says otherwise, and he's got the videos to prove it. Today I'm giving you the full story, details and anecdotes you won't hear anywhere else. My name is Nicola, and welcome to the Cartel Insider.
Okay. That's fine.
Christian Alexis Mendoza Guillen was born in Sinaloa, Mexico. He grew up surrounded by the narco culture, where power, money and death coexist like they're the most normal thing in the world. Like so many kids from his town, he was raised on narco corridos. Those
Los Tucanes. I always I get curious of what these are. Like what show is this? This is probably some show like Narcos or something on Netflix. But is this him? Is this supposed to be him?
Culture, where power, money and death coexist like they're the most normal thing in the world. Like so many kids from his town, he was raised on narco corridos, those songs that turn narcos into legends. And he said it himself in an interview. I joined because of the songs they made for Los Antrax. I wanted to be one of them. Los Antrax was an armed group working for El Mayo Zambada, the co-leader of the Sinaloa cartel. Their brand was that combination of luxury, terror and fame, and there was one name that had him completely obsessed. El Chino Antrax, the leader of the group. His favorite song was El Famoso Chino Antrax by Lenin Ramirez, and he played it over and over again. He had photos of...
You think I'll get banned on YouTube if I play it? Because now I'm curious. I want to hear it.
El Chino pinned to his bedroom walls. He liked every single post on Instagram and showed the photos to his friends, pulling out his phone and telling them, "Look at this man, look at how he lives." He talked about him so much that the people around him already knew exactly who El Chino was, without ever having to ask. To young Plaga, El Chino was the blueprint, a sicario who protected El Mayo and his sons while living his best life with luxury cars, women, and...
I watched the documentary about this guy too. I think Cartel Insider did the same thing for this guy. Maybe not, but I did watch it. It was pretty wild. This dude is I think he didn't come from a poor background either. But pretty sure his dad was also a narco. And this guy, I learned about this guy.
His best life with luxury cars, women, and expensive watches, making the whole world watch. But that story ended the way almost every story ends in that world. In 2020, he turned up dead in Culiacan, executed by El Mayo's orders for betraying them, cooperating with the US government. For El Plaga, that changed nothing. It just...
Later, after we watch, this is just a random video I wanted to watch. But later, I think we should talk about some of the political stuff that's going on right now. Maybe we could talk about it. If you guys want to join the streams, ever want to join the streams, you can add me on Discord. And then we can join the calls. Maybe I'll make a group or something. And then we can all share like content, or we can all call, or we can do videos or something. I don't know. But I want to do some of the political stuff because I've seen a lot of stuff. Like it may sound stupid, but like I get like flooded with propaganda on Instagram, and I want to share that, guys. I want to share that with you guys. Because I think some of it's hilarious. Some of it is just outlandish, like it's just ridiculous. And then some of it, I think we can get some good videos or maybe some good conversations about. But yeah.
13 years old, he was recruited by operators of the Sinaloa cartel and sent to work in Baja California. While most kids his age were sitting in classrooms, he was learning how to kill. They sent him to a Sicario training camp hidden deep in La...
What is that?
He was learning how to kill. They sent him to a Sicario training camp hidden deep in La Sierra de Sinaloa, a place designed to erase childhood and make soldiers. They were taught to assemble rifles blindfolded, to drive stolen trucks at full speed, to set ambushes and vanish without leaving a trace. They practiced executions on animals or captured enemies until pulling the trigger stopped feeling like anything at all. Instructors showed them how to interrogate without leaving marks, how to clean a scene, how to disappear before the police ever showed up. By the time they came down from those mountains, they weren't kids anymore. They were soldiers for the cartel.
Presentamos Grammarly, tu herramienta integral de redacción como nunca antes la habías visto. Conoce Paraphraser, la herramienta ideal.
Shut up.
By the time El Plaga turned 20, people inside the cartel had started talking about him differently. He wasn't just another young recruit who followed orders and kept his head down. He went further than that. He was ruthless, efficient, and seemed to have no concept of fear. Where others waited to be told what to do, he was already looking for the next job. He volunteered for operations that nobody else wanted, planned his own moves, and pushed himself into every firefight he could find, always trying to prove something. The older sicarios noticed. He wanted to be the one giving orders, not taking them, like El Chino Antrax. And I've been told that the man who noticed his potential was El P1, whose real name is Cipriano Peralta Cazares. He looked at El P1.
I have a friend that kind of looks like this. You know who you are.
Whose real name is Cipriano Peralta Cazares. He looked at him and saw something, the drive, the coldness, and he decided to give him an opportunity that very few
what
people
in the
ever
world
get.
is this?
He gave him permission to build his own group. El Plaga achieved his dream and he was happier than ever. He became the leader of an armed group just like his idol El Chino. And later he named his group Los Zorros, or the Foxes. But with El P1 it wasn't just a professional relationship. The two genuinely clicked. They became close friends, and that personal trust on top of everything else is what made Plaga rise faster than anyone expected. So by 20 he was already a jefe de sicarios, a chief of hitmen, operating under two of El Mayo's most powerful lieutenants. A man known...
I'm sorry, I'm moving stuff around over here. This is not good. Yeah, that works.
Known as El Ruso, real name Juan Jose Ponce Felix, and El P1 himself. Together they controlled three armed subgroups: Los Caimanes, Los Leones, and Los Zorros. Plaga ran Los Zorros. They operate out of Mexicali, and I've been told they don't leave the city. Not because they can't, but because they don't need to. They have deep influence over local law enforcement, and that influence is what keeps them protected, and keeps the...
This dude has an accent. Do you guys think he's Mexican? Do y'all think he's Mexican or what?
City under their control. In 2020, they went to war against Los Ninis, Los Chapitos' biggest armed wing.
What?
Under their control. In 2020, they went to war against Los Ninis, Los Chapitos' biggest armed wing. Los Rusos versus Los Ninis. And it escalated quickly, getting more intense and more violent with every confrontation, leaving hundreds of bodies across Sinaloa.
How do you know, like, who's responsible for anything that anybody is doing out there? Honestly, like, how do you know? You have to, like, recognize faces or something.
Sonora, and Baja California.
How does this guy know? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's so weird.
At some point, Nestor Isidro Perez Salas, known as El Nini, who was the Chapitos Los Ninis leader.
You know who this guy looks like? You know who he looks like, bro? Y'all, I don't know. Y'all are not gonna. I know y'all aren't gonna agree with me. It's very popular because I know you guys have seen it before. He reminds me of this guy. I don't know. There's something about the face, the head tilt. That's what I thought when I saw this. I was like, that reminds me of something.
Known as El Nini, who was the Chapitos Los Ninis leader and plaza boss of Culiacan at the time, sent El Plaga a mocking message on Instagram. It had become personal. At one point things were getting completely out of control, and El Mayo, like always, stepped in to calm things down. He talked directly with El Ruso and El Peyuno and told them to stop and pushed for a deal with Los Ninis to reach a truce, saying that what they were doing no longer made sense. And eventually that's how it played out, and El Plaga was right in the middle of it all.
Playing on iPhone? Now you can play Unlocked with Google Play Games on PC. Unlock rewards.
Do you guys think that El Mayo's still out there? Because that dude was really old. I mean, he wasn't terribly old, but he was older than El Chapo is. He's older than El Chapo is. And that was what he was popping off in like the 80s. Like Scarface time, bro. He was popping off in the 80s, bro. And that picture of him that they keep showing is like one of the only photos that they have of him, because he's like known to be like an off the grid guy. That was taken like 20 years ago, dude. Bro's probably like 70, 80 years old if he didn't have any health issues. That's some wild stuff, bro. I ain't even gonna lie.
Before he was arrested, El Plaga had already built himself into a celebrity. On Instagram, under the handle Plagadelar or 15.plaga, he put his life on full display. Lavish parties, luxury watches, custom rifles, and then there was his pet spider monkey dressed in a miniature bulletproof vest. It looked less like a cartel hitman's page and more like a rapper's. His captions matched the attitude. There's one photo of him sitting inside a car that's been pulled over by the army. He took the photo himself and posted it with the caption, "No idea who they've just stopped, haha." Thousands of followers flooded the comments praising him like he was some kind of hero. This was propaganda, and the music was part of it too. He has several corridos dedicated to him. one by Revolver Cannabis, sitting at nearly 2 million views. Another famous posted it with the caption, "No idea who they've just stopped, haha." Thousands of followers flooded the comments praising him like he was some kind of hero. This was propaganda, and the music was part of it too. He has several corridos dedicated to him. One by Revolver Cannabis, sitting at nearly 2 million views. Another it too, who they've just his captions, custom rifles, and then there was his pet spider monkey, dressed in a miniature bulletproof vest. Eventually, that's how it played out, and El Plaga was right in the middle of it all. No idea who they've just stopped, haha. Thousands of... and then there was his pet spider monkey, dressed in a miniature bulletproof vest. It looked less like a cartel hitman's page and more like a rapper's. His captions matched the attitude. There's one photo of him sitting inside a car that's been pulled over by the army. He took the photo himself and posted it with the caption, "No idea who they've just stopped, haha." Thousands of followers flooded the comments praising him like he was some kind of hero. This was propaganda, and the music was part of it too. He has several corridos dedicated to him. One by Revolver Cannabis, sitting at nearly 2 million views. Another famous one by David Villavicencio, where he says that he has the best aim and that he carries the best guns. And Plaga has said it himself. Those songs don't come out without approval from the narcos first. He managed his own image like a publicist manages a brand. Let me tell you something, one time in a concert in Mexicali, El Plaga turned up backstage with American rapper Lil Pump. The two were photographed together, surrounded by armed men. Also in that backstage area was a man known as Tolin Infante, an operator inside Los Rusos, and a close associate of him and El Peuno. I've been told it was Los Rusos who provided security for Lil Pump that night. Tolin Infante was seen escorting Lil Pump when he got out of his car that evening, and Plaga was right there alongside him. They weren't just running Mexicali car that evening, and Plaga was right there alongside him. They weren't just running Mexicali, they were the ones deciding who moved safely through it. Then there's one thing that will blow your mind about El Plaga. Some of his weapons are engraved with Nazi symbols, swastikas, carved directly into the metal of his pistols and rifles. This isn't about ideology. In the narco world, symbols are a tool, a way of projecting power. Some go with saints, others use skulls. El Plaga chose something darker, something specifically designed to disturb. Or maybe he is a fan of the Austrian painter, but I really can't confirm it.
I was muted. It doesn't matter. I really didn't say much. What did I talk about? Oh, I was talking about how fat this dude is.
Of his car that evening. And
they were talking about this dude. How like he's big in the cartel. You don't have to be the fittest, is what I was saying. because he's part of the cartel. Like what's the point? You know what I'm saying? It's because of all that alcohol he's probably drinking.
Was right there. El Plaga was in Mexicali with his friend El Benny. It was late at night. They were leaving a bar when state police tried to stop them. Benny was high on cocaine and fentanyl, and instead of pulling over, he grabbed a rifle and opened fire. But Benny was shot down within seconds. But El Plaga didn't run. He stepped out of the car and went at the officers with his bare hands. No weapon, just his fists swinging. The cops hit back hard, beating him until he went down. By the time they got the cuffs on him, his face was barely recognizable. Swollen, bloodied, finished. Photos of the arrest spread across Mexican media within hours. El Plaga, the fearless cartel killer, on his knees under flashing police lights, face destroyed. It looked like the end of the story, but it wasn't. He was initially charged with attempted murder. Then, within days, those charges disappeared. The case was handed to federal authorities, and Plaga was transferred to a maximum security prison in Oaxaca. That's the official version anyway, because months later journalists started digging and found something strange. There was no record of him in any active prison database, nothing, just his arrest date. No file, no location, no trace. Then came late 2023.
Dang,
journalist
dude.
Luis Chaparro published an
That's that money, bro. The money gets you far, dude.
interview that raised a lot of eyebrows. In it, El Plaga is behind the wheel of a truck, driving through the night, laughing. They let me out, he says. I'm still here, in the same place, doing the same thing. His version, El Russo, his boss, had negotiated his release just 3 days after the arrest. Officials denied it, but they couldn't present a single photo of him still behind bars, no court documents, nothing that proved he was actually there. He had vanished from the system as cleanly as if someone had erased him. And that's where the story ends. I'm Nicola from the Cartel Insider, and these are
In the same other video that they were talking about the homies over here. Where is it? They were talking about anthrax and stuff like that. They were talking about this guy over here. Not him, this dude. Because, like, he's also really high up. El Russo, he's also really high up in the ranks, apparently. And so, he's notorious because he's, like, doesn't wear his money. You know what I'm saying? He wears, like, the minimum, basically, is what they were trying to say.
rest. Subscribe because there's a lot more coming, and trust me.
But yeah, that was a cool video. Pretty dope. Pretty dope.
If you watch underground rap music videos over the last several years, there's a good chance you've seen the stories work without even realizing it. His name isn't as recognizable as the artists he films, but behind the scenes, he helped shape the visual identity of the entire generation of underground rap artists, like Lil Peep, Hella Sketchy, Six Dogs, XXXTentacion, and Young Bands, and the list just goes on and on and on. From distorted VHS aesthetics to cinematic storytelling, a story turned low-budget music videos into something fans instantly recognize. So how did this videographer become one of the most
Who is it? Oh, what's his name? Damn, bro, passed away 2017.
respected names in the underground? And why did so many artists trust him with
It's actually crazy how people just die like that, bro. Because of the drugs, dude. The drugs, bro. You have to watch out with them, dude. What was he taking? Xanax? He's taking Xanax. He was taking a lot of stuff. That's what I know. Xanax, bro. I've never taken it. I don't know anyone that has taken it. Maybe I do. They just haven't told me. Yeah, dude, it's crazy how people go like that. How old is he turning? 30? I heard it was gonna be his birthday soon, or it already came.
Defining their image. Today, we're taking a look at the story of a starry. Like most creatives, a starry didn't start out with expensive equipment or major industry connections. He was simply obsessed with cameras and editing. Instead of waiting for opportunities, he spent years teaching himself how to shoot, color grade, and edit videos. During this time, the underground rap scene was exploding online. SoundCloud artists were gaining millions of plays independently, but many couldn't afford high-end production companies. That created a perfect opportunity, an open lane. A starry began working with small artists, giving them visuals that looked far more expensive than they actually were. Every project helped improve his style while expanding his network. One thing that separated a starry from other videographers was that his videos never felt generic. Instead of simply filming artists rapping from cars or houses, he experimented with lighting, editing, vintage effects, dramatic camera movement, and storytelling. Also, lots of his visuals were pretty edgy.
What's up with this dude's voice? Why does he have an echo chamber on his microphone?
And had lots of anime inspiration to it.
What are we doing, bro?
Because anime was pretty popular in the underground at this time. Even when the budget was limited, he found creative ways to make each video memorable. Fans quickly started recognizing in a starry-directed video before they even saw his name in the credits. That consistency helped build his reputation. As his reputation grew bigger, underground artists started reaching out. The SoundCloud era was filled with musicians looking for visuals that matched their unique sound, and the Starry became one of the go-to directors for artists trying to stand out. Instead of forcing every artist into the same formula, he adapted his shooting style to fit each person's personality. Whether the music video was emotional, aggressive, melodic, or experimental, the visuals felt like an extension of...
Okay, bro is like actually just chomping on his schmeat right now, bro. Like, seriously, dude.
The song rather than just background footage.
We're getting like not even second of these clips to see, like, actually to see what he's doing.
That ability made artists keep coming back. He helped direct and filmed some of Lil Peep's biggest...
And he's got this weird grainy effect that looks like static or something. He's doing this. This is not the video.
Some of the biggest music videos that started...
It's on everything.
...filmed with Lil Peep were his music video, Your Eyes. He also presented Lil Peep's hit song that's a classic called The Way I See Things.
Okay, there is... Bro, this is one of the worst videos I've probably ever seen. I'm so mad. Why am I so frustrated? What is this? Y'all want to watch this? I'm just joking. There's nobody on stream.
University of
I've seen a lot of clips, like a lot of videos like this one. What is this? Dude, this is what I'm talking about, bro. What is this? AppOnBest.com. This is supposed to be free. Play for free. Dude, that is... Bro, that's actually dangerous. You have kids on here, on YouTube, who see this. This is a cartoon. It's a cartoon character, bro. You're advertising a game website with cartoon characters. And then you make it so that you're just vulgar. You're just making it extremely vulgar. Like, what is this? This is terrible. I'm gonna report this. What is this? I don't even want to. I'm not trying to type all that. To be honest with you, I'm not. What is this one? Sadomasochist starts a band. What is this? What the fuck is that? I kind of want to watch this.
Just to check out that maybe I'll buy an album. I hope you.
A lot of you guys I know don't like metal or let alone rock. Y'all are more rap or country or whatever y'all are into. But as a musician, I can show appreciate actually somebody who is a musician and also likes rock. I like a lot of music. I like a lot of music. So I have an acoustic guitar. I also have a bajo quinto, which is a Spanish version of this. It's a bass guitar basically, but it has 5 strings. Not true. It has 5 different notes. Like, yeah, it has 5 different notes, but it has 10 strings. So they kind of harmonize. Not really harmonize. I don't like the color grade on this camera. I look super yellow. I'm literally, bro, I'm screwing up my camera. I'm screwing up everything. Yeah, tones? No. Color key. It should be a color key. Magenta. What? I guess it's not a color key. I don't know how to use that. I think that's better. My face looks like it has a filter on it. I don't know why. But anyway,
You guys believe me when I tell you that I try my best to read as many comments or messages that you guys send me, whether it be here on YouTube or my personal Instagram, for bands, albums, or artists to check out that maybe I'll buy an album from or even do a video on. And I would say over the past handful of years, I've been doing more of like these deep dive video essays, whatever you want to call them, styles of videos that are more into the region of like dark, twisted, crazy media, or just bands that I overall enjoy. Occasionally I'll get comments wondering if I'll ever do a video on this band called Kettle Cadaver. And whenever I get comments about these guys, typically people would describe it that it's super disturbing, some of the most messed up, extreme, vile, heinous things you'll ever see a band do on their live performances on video. And considering that, I would always keep Kettle Cadaver off in the back burner, that maybe one day I'll do a video on them. But the reason why they cut in the front line, hence why I'm doing a video about them now, is recently I got a message on my personal Instagram from one of my followers, his username being Gull Gazette, who told me again about Kettle Cadaver, thinking it would be perfect for my channel, and recommended I watch this documentary called Dead Hands Dig Deep. It's a very well-made and interesting documentary that you can watch in full on the Internet Archive's website. Just so you're aware, a majority of the information I'll be telling you about Kettle Cadaver comes from this, as really Dead Hands Dig Deep is basically the bulk of information you can find about Kettle Cadaver, as a lot of it's either scattered or lost throughout time.
Is this normal? This is a film, right? I'm really sorry, but I was not paying attention. So I'm asking you guys questions for absolutely no reason, but okay, this is here a film by Jai Love. I'm actually about to order some food, bro. I'm so hungry. Dead Hands Dig Deep. Is this normal? Like, are there films like this for other bands? Cause this is kind of cool. I would definitely like again. I know not everybody would necessarily watch stuff like this, but like as a musician, I definitely would. Like, especially if it was about like I know on YouTube there's a 3-hour documentary about Lil Peep, like straight up all Lil Peep. That's all it is. I'm not even a Lil Peep. I'm like the biggest Lil Peep fan. I listen to maybe some of his songs like every now and then. Not very often, but like I wonder if this is normal. This is kind of cool.
That if you want to know about them, again, this documentary is the best place to start out with. While Dead Hands Dig Deep talks about the band Kettle Cadaver, the main person of interest for it, of course, would be their vocalist, Edwin Borsheim. After watching the documentary and scavenge whatever else bit of information I can online about Edwin, I gotta admit, he is quite the enigma of a character in the most extreme way possible. Of course, what makes Edwin have this just extreme enigma and aura attached with him mainly comes from all of the live performances he did.
What is up with these people, bro? Like everybody on my feed is just I don't know what I honestly have no idea if it's just me or if it's like genuinely it's them, bro. Like, cause I have no idea why everyone sounds like they have their meat, like somebody's meat in their mouth every single time I'm hearing stuff like this. Like just overly meat much.
Character in the most extreme way possible.
Maybe he's just trying to get me excited. I don't really know.
Of course, what makes Edwin have this just extreme enigma and aura attached with him mainly comes from all of the live performances he did as the vocalist for Kettle Cadaver. That I know I'm just echoing what you guys told me. The performances and stage antics are just insane and over the top to a whole new level. From what I was able to tell online from video footage is that Kettle Cadaver performances are just basically forms of sadomasochism being unleashed in a concert environment. Most of these events, if not all of them, would be done by Edwin Borsheim, and this would range between Edwin getting into fistfights with people in the audience to basically self-mutilating on stage. And when I'm referring to self-mutilating on stage, which is already insane enough to begin with at face value, not only is it just, the, I guess, bare basics of getting a knife or a razor blade and cutting yourself and you bleed a little bit on stage. No, Edwin takes it a step further and does forms of self-mutilating that is, how do I put this, on the same level as those Pain Olympic videos from the early 2000s that were popping up on the internet. That, man, I don't care of any form of it. To see an individual nail a block of wood through his genital region, it's not really something you're going to forget anytime soon. If you don't believe me and you have morbid curiosity...
I don't know what he just said. I mean, I do know what he just said. I don't know what this dude is talking about. I really hope somebody didn't do that.
That you want to see for yourself, just know, look for it. Just all I can say is God have mercy on your soul if you watch it in full. Seeing all the extreme and explicit videos by Kettle Cadaver to all of the...
What is it? It's a music video? Uh
Leaving a trail of blood and decadence, Kettle Cadaver descended into a world of which the likes few have ever known. The macabre rumors of...
okay. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. What the? I don't understand, bro. Why do you do stuff like that, bro? What is that? Okay, I'm sorry, I was fixing the camera. What the fuck? You do that for a video? Like, seriously? Was that for the video? Or you just on some psycho stuff, bro? I don't even want to watch the rest of it.
Bloodlust and grisly mayhem would often surface
There it is
throughout the
again,
years,
bro.
but it wasn't until recent days that these rumors would be grimly validated. A box containing various video cassettes had suddenly surfaced, and it would soon give testimony to a legacy of horror that for many years had been believed to be nothing more than an urban legend.
What is that supposed to be? That was a wild video. The more you know. What is it? You learn something new every day. Zimbabwe codeine cough syrup epidemic. You think they have an epidemic? Dude, the United States, bro, I'm telling you, the United States, you guys have no idea how much drugs. We would like to think it's not a lot. And maybe it's, yeah, because it definitely is harder to smuggle drugs on the border, but dude, people make so much drugs here. It's ridiculous. Not necessarily like the powders. Yeah, but I like Joe Bartolozzi. I would actually call this kind of a Joe Bartolozzi style video. I kind of want to stop streaming. Well, this is a wrap. This is a wrap. I hope you guys enjoyed the life. If you even did see it, probably not. I probably got 0 views on this video. But I'll see you guys.